Dallas Cowboys played an amazing Sunday night football game with a controversial ending, not because of any so-called play or anything, but more the decision that we still have ties in the NFL. Now they get to go to New York, who is still winless on the season after a loss at Miami on Monday Night Football. My name's Tyler, here with my brother Ryan. We're going to break down this Week 5 matchup and provide our predictions at the very end. So be sure to leave a like and a comment. Let us know who you think is going to win and why. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 8,000 subscribers by the end of October. And if you like the work that we put out, it's the easiest way to support the channel. And Ryan, let's get into it here.
Let's
You
do it.
said it right before we started recording. Ties suck. I don't know why we still have this. As much as I want to complain about college football going to like at third overtimes and beyond, like you have just a 2-point conversion tries. As much as that stinks, I get it. The game has to end, but at least there's a
Yeah.
winner. Like there's still
Yeah.
something to get there. And after a game like that, having it be, which I'm pretty sure is a scoregami. I think I saw that like 40-40 tie at the end of the game that's first time that's ever happened before.
It was
Um,
the second highest total between two teams that tied in NFL
yeah,
history. I know that.
yeah. So it's a bummer too, just because that game was so exciting. There's a lot of ties are typically, from what I remember, are like the 13-13, like drug it out, like really kind of like neither team really deserved to win. I think
Yeah.
both teams deserve to win and lose. And so, but I think the biggest takeaway I got from this though is Dallas is like they can go and beat anybody. This defense
Yeah.
sucks, but this offense is great. And
Yeah.
they talked about it was a big night out with Micah Parsons coming back, but I get why, and I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. Like I get why they made the trade. Now they have a couple first round draft picks, and Jerry Jones even talked about it, the amount of money that he was looking for. And you look at this offense, you got a really young offensive line, and you're about to have to pay some of these guys over these next couple of years, and you're going to want to keep this core group together.
Yeah.
And heck, at this offense, and with this offense put up 40 against, I would say, a decent Packers defense. They put up 40 without CD Lamb.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of scary for the rest of the league. Now, the defense is a joke. Defense sucks. I love the irony of, and it's like people keep talking about it, but I think I heard Chris Collinsworth say like, well, Cowboys can't provide, like they don't have a pass rush. I just love just the irony of it. And then they're playing Micah Parsons, who they traded. Like, as I said, I totally get it, but it's like that everybody has to keep
It-
on acknowledging that they don't have a pass rush. Um, but they're going to be going up against the Jets, who, well, they might not have a pass game, really in general. Even though I thought Justin Fields at times looked really good tonight at 20 for 27, 226 yards. He's improving in general. We've also just seen inconsistency from the passing game as well, just throughout the
yeah.
season. But he's also missed some time. It was his first game back, to be fully fair. But Ryan, you being a Patriots fan, you're heavily involved in the AFC East as well. What are your thoughts on New York? Because there are some bright spots on this team,
Yeah.
even though they're winless. But what do you think they have to do to beat Dallas?
Yeah. Well, I think defensively, Aaron Glenn, like there's still a lot of talent. You look Will McDonald, Quentin Williams. You got oh shoot,
Sauce
who's
Gardner.
yeah, Sauce Gardner. Who's the other edge rusher from Florida State? I can literally picture him. Uh,
Jermaine Johnson.
yeah, Jermaine Johnson as well. So like they have a lot of talent, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Offensive line, Olu Fashanu, Armand Membu, they got their two tackles in this past draft. Interior is good.
Well, Armand Membu in last year's draft, Olu the year before.
Yeah, yeah, in the last two drafts. Yeah.
Okay. Last two drafts.
Uh but the interior is good. It would be better if AVT didn't unfortunately tear his triceps and miss that. Brees Hall is good. Braylon Allen got banged up in the Monday night game, so we'll have to keep an eye on that, especially on a shorter week. So I like they have talent. They just are still kind of figuring things out, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And hopefully they can get more consistent here and start getting some wins for just the culture over there that Aaron Glenn is trying to build. So I do like the Jets. I do think tonight self-inflicted wounds with penalties and turnovers was the big difference, and that is like that's just the name of the game, especially with teams that are in new regimes. Sometimes some of the smaller detailed things that gets built in that culture that's built over multiple seasons.
13 penalties,
It-
101 yards.
yeah, that's a ton. And then three fumbles as
Yep. 3
well.
turnovers.
So I that's a really tough pill to swallow for the Jets. Hopefully they can clean it up here. They're definitely going to have to be more sound on the defensive side of the ball in terms of penalties, because if you give this Dallas offense multiple opportunities, they will score a lot of points. And you made this comparison last night when we were watching the end of that game. Like, it does remind me a little bit of the 2024 Bengals, where it's like this defense is just so bad, this offense has to go guns a-blazing every single time, because if they don't score over 35, they don't really have a chance to win. So I'm really interested to see how these teams approach each other, because I think the Jets rushing attack with Breece Hall and then also Justin Fields, both of which had 81 yards in this Monday Night Football game, like they can really do some damage. 20 of 27 for like you said there. Garrett Wilson is big time threat, one of the best receivers in the league. So I'm curious how Dallas is going to contain this offense, and vice versa. I think this offense is so explosive. George Pickens has really stepped up in the absence of CD Lamb. You got Jalen Tolbert, Jake Ferguson. This running game and offensive line have really stepped up as well. So this is going to be a fun one.
No, I think this is going to be really good, just because like we're seeing some of the improvements, and it just feels like good moments tonight as well too. In the passing game, and unfortunately, like that throw to Garrett Wilson that was called back. It was a touchdown throw, but it was called back because of offensive pass interference on Garrett Wilson. It's actually like a
In
great,
my opinion. Yeah.
it's yeah.
He pushed them, but they let those guys do that all the
I
time.
was thinking that'd be like, and this is the issue I think with officiating, be like, I've seen guys do that plenty of times before, and it's never a pass
Yeah.
interference. But then they call it then at a pretty critical point in the game. But then I think the next one was then the unnecessary roughness on the offensive line. So then they just kept shooting themselves in the foot. But
Yeah.
in general, like there were moments and improvements in Justin Fields' passing game. As I think it's just the consistency side of it. But in general, though, to your point, I mean, nearly 200 rushing yards as well, and the Dallas Cowboys defense is one of the worst in the league. Like they gave rushing yards to Josh Jacobs and company as well, over 300 passing yards in this game. Not saying that Justin Fields can do what Jordan Love did, but at the same time, though, too, just a lot of super soft coverage that against some of these guys here. That's
The
I think going to
Cowboys
create
are
opportunity.
32nd in passing yards allowed with 297, and they're 20th in rushing yards allowed with 123 a game.
And to be honest, I think the only reason why it's 120th, or the only 20th, is because teams can throw all over them, and
Yeah.
teams they've gotten into these shootouts to where even they allowed Russell Wilson to throw for over 400
Yeah.
passing yards. Like if that's not an indicator of how bad this defense is in general. So it's going to be interesting to where like are they going to make adjustments and try and put guys in the box and make Justin Fields have to throw the ball? But then at the same time though too, it's like he has shown moments where he can connect with Garrett Wilson, Mason Taylor, the tight end, the rookie tight end, 5 catches for 65 yards, big improvement there over the middle. Like how are they going to cover them? And that's why for me, I'm sitting here and also too just so I can catch up a little bit. Now that I'm a couple of games down on you in our season long prediction, the Jets should have won this game tonight. I mean, just a bunch of self-inflicted wounds as well, and so that's really going to obviously hurt their chances when you have over 100 yards and penalties and then 3 turnovers, one of which should have been touchdown score. Should have honestly scored a touchdown like on the Garrett Wilson pass interference, but then like they ended up having to settle for a field goal. So just constant errors, one after another. And then they held this Miami Dolphins offense just 300 yards. Not saying they're going to do that to Dallas, but I I actually think like them returning home, they can take a lot of confidence. I think knowing we should have won this game, we just need to clean things up. And then going up against this Dallas team, it's really it's like can we somehow contain Dallas to under 30 points? Because I think the Jets can put up some points here against this Dallas Cowboys defense. It's that bad, and
Yeah.
I think the Jets are going to pull off the upset, I guess, if you want to say, because like I would say Dallas Cowboys should be favored, but they're still not a great team. You know,
Yeah.
like maybe just with this offense, fringe wild card team.
Yeah. No, I agree there. I am going to stick with Dallas here. My big thing is, and this might be asking too much of this Dallas defense, but if they can just keep Justin Fields in the pocket and not let him scramble, because this Dolphins defense, they really had them, I don't want to say stifled, but they really were not doing much. And then Justin Fields broke off that crazy fourth down run. And
Mhm.
then from there, it felt like all hell broke loose in that game for this Jets offense. And so if Dallas can just keep Justin Fields in the pocket, which I know is hard, he's a really good athlete. I feel like that's really going to slow down
Yeah.
this
I
team.
yeah.
And I get they're the worst defense in the league probably. So that might be asking a lot, but uh and then I also too I just think Dallas is going to come in here. Dak Prescott is probably playing the best year of his career right now, especially through the first 4 weeks. So I'm going to go with Dallas here. I think they can outscore them, and if Dallas can just not break their assignment, I feel like the Jets will, specifically Justin Fields, will not be able to stand and deliver from the pocket uh, in this game.
Yeah. Well, the wait and see. As Chris Collinsworth said a bunch on Sunday Night Football, Dallas Cowboys don't have a pass rush. And it's going to be like, can they contain them? But then at the same time, though, too, just their coverages, and it's probably personnel, but it's like they do still have Trayvon Diggs, they have Deron Bland, but I have not been impressed with them overall. Just a lot
Yeah,
of very soft coverages, and maybe that's because they're going up against Green Bay, and Green Bay's got a very dynamic passing offense, and maybe they're going to be more aggressive against Justin Fields on that. But to your point, though, it's like maybe Justin Fields beat you with his arm, like prove
yeah,
that he beats you with the arm instead of letting him roll out and have options. Because then at the same time, too, then now the Jets, they do have a couple of weapons now that they can lean on. It's not just kind of Garrett Wilson by himself and Brees Hall with no offensive line. So,
yeah.
but we'll see though. It's going to be very interesting. It's always wild this time of year, but 4 weeks into the season, I think the Jets are going to get their first win.
Nice. I'll take Dallas in this matchup, and yeah, let's go ahead. Let's wrap it up here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That is the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, leave a comment on who you think is going to come out ahead in this matchup. Will it be the Dallas Cowboys? Will it be the New York Jets? Other than that, we will see you guys next time.